Today.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
very
Thank
nice.
you. You made it. And as such, I get to do this Cedric style. So here we go. All right. In your life journey, you meet people, make connections and friendships, and establish meaningful, lifelong relationships. That's right, baby. It's one of the best things about humanity, our ability to care for each other. So here's a story. About 5 years ago, I met this tall, frazzled-haired white guy who played the drums. It was an interesting introduction, honestly, because our first conversation wasn't even with words. It was with music. I mean, we hadn't really even said hello. We sat down and started to play the score to the full Monty. I know. And the musical conversation began. I mean, I just kept thinking, who is this drummer? And does he know? How does he know exactly what I'm looking for musically? If you don't know the relationship, I was the MD, Tom was the drummer. It was the first night we were playing together. We started playing. I was like, who's this guy? We hadn't played, we hadn't talked. It just gelled, it just locked. And for the musicians and the music lovers in the room, you might understand exactly what I mean. But for the non-musicians, it's that moment when you realize this person is a lot like you. And against all odds, he's going to have your back, and you will have his. I think we both knew then we'd be friends for life. Well, jumping ahead a little, Tom had my back during a really rough period in my life. You know the crisis you sort of have when you're 29 and you're thinking about getting to 30, but then once you get to 30, you realize that 30 is not that bad, it was 29 of the kids. It was really bad. But let me be clear, it wasn't just Tom being my friend. He needed my friendship as much as I needed his. It was important to both of us. So Danny, I know we must have driven you crazy all those late nights and we'd be laughing at things online and giggling because we both had nothing to do the next day. Danny was getting up going to work. So a lot of those moments, this might be a little embarrassing, we were online, on dating sites, trying to find... And there was this one woman named Shawty on deck. Yes, it's an inside joke, but we'll just leave it at that. It had to be the funniest moment ever. But I mean, even then, my boy was looking for the perfect woman then. So I know the speech may seem a little flowery, and there were some real hard life experiences, truly there were, that we both had to deal with. But there were a few times, let's just put it like this, we were both at the creek. There were some dark moments. But he was there and I was there. But I have to say, God, or the universe, or whichever way you want to see the almighty being, has a way of leading us to the right moments in our life. Then we're left with the choice to accept the plan or move on. And I think my friend made the right choice. I remember one night in October 2010, Tom and I both played Rent at Toby's Columbia. At intermission, could not get his attention for anything because he was standing in the hallway talking to this girl. Okay. Now, if you can only imagine how weird that was for me, because I was like, wait, Tom is really deep, digging deep in conversation, like engaging this woman. And I walked past a couple of times quick. So, needless to say, I was super impressed. Super impressed. But after Shawty on deck and all the rough runs, it seems like that girl in the hallway turned out to be something like that Princess Diana. Just as beautiful, just as loving, and just as perfect a Prince Tom. Today, I have the honor of being the first person to offer a toast, a public congratulations, and my very personal and sincere blessings to my friends, Mr. and Mrs. Tom and Ashley Harrell. Today, you both begin a new chapter in your lives. The best part about it is you get to write it together this time. It's yours to write. And when the words don't seem to come out right, just remember you both have each other to have a good story. Enjoy your life and your love. So many people in the world spend all their days looking for someone to care about and someone to care about them. You're the lucky ones. You've got your family, friends, and most important, each other. So no matter what happens, be honest with each other. It's the only way we can survive in the 21st century. Cherish and respect one another, not because you're supposed to, but because you want to do it. Remember, your parents love you and have lived many years and are wise. But this is your story. Okay? Not me and Sarah's, not Kay and Bill, not John and Lydia, not Tom and Levon. The story belongs to Tom and Ashley.